and welcome. We are
the Sisters of the Holy Fiber. My name is Devin. I'm also known as Rambunctious Guy on Ravelry.
And I'm Heather, also known as Tiny Kiwi. So grab your knitting or crochet or whatever you're working on and join us while we craft and chat.
Like the tired squirrels that we are.
I'm so tired.
It is September 8th, 2017. Let's do this thing.
So, what have you been working on?
I will shows you because I'm super excited. I'm excited, but I'm also like, why aren't they done? They're so close. They're almost done, but they're not done. Socks have this like point after you turn the gusset where you're like, I should be done now, but you have like 4 more inches to knit.
Yeah.
So here they are. So last time we were like down here-ish, I was like demonstrating down here and my thumb was moving on the other side. It's not going to be helpful. Down here. So these are super dark because it's black yarn. Yay, that's going to show up great.
Right?
So anyway, yes, gusset flap, heels are in. I've knit several inches of the body of the foot, and there's 2 of them.
Looks fun. They look sort of like a dark maroon on my screen.
Yes. The pinky parts are like a maroony pinky color, and then this part is pretty black. So, I am finally remembering. I kept forgetting to say, this is Zauberball yarn. I'm knitting these on, these needles, I looked up what they're called. They're Knitter's Pride Karbonz. I really like how they feel. They have a really interesting texture, and then the tips are really smooth metal. I still like wood because it bends. You know, bamboo, it bends in your hand a little bit. But they're nice.
Yeah.
I like them. The pattern, I'm using the Knitmore Girls Vanilla Sock pattern. It's super easy, and it's a nice pattern to just kind of follow along. I actually loved this yarn, but now that they are socks, I do not love them. So I am going to give them away as a gift to a friend who hopefully has the same size feet that I do.
Look! Just a suggestion.
Just, throwing that out there, yeah.
You know.
I
love socks.
Yes, and I know you will take care of them, too. So, if these do not fit my friend, hey, I made you some socks.
Yay!
Hey.
That's good. Since I never make my own.
You'll get there.
I know.
So, I've been really, plugging on these because I want them off my needles.
Yeah.
So that's what I've been working on. What about you?
Almost nothing except schoolwork and this dishcloth. Which has only got, a few more rows probably since the last time you saw me, but... But it's getting there.
Have you seen those scrubby patterns?
Be more specific.
They're instead of making a washcloth, you make a little ball type thing. I made some of those
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Ages ago I made some.
I think you actually gave me one.
That is highly likely.
I vaguely recollect this.
Yes. I was thinking about it when you were after one of our podcasts when you'd been talking about making washcloths and things, and I just never found them to have great scouring power.
Yeah.
But now I'm using these really soft. Most of the time I don't need a lot of scouring power.
Right.
So, I was thinking like the washcloth that you're making for me. Yeah, it's for me, right? I want one. I was thinking it'd be nice to try a cotton washcloth again because I might like it more than the first time I tried it. And like a scrubby or something like that.
Well, they have, it's like ribbon yarn that's kind of rough.
Uh-huh.
And it's, you know, it's probably more plastic in it, but that's actually meant for making like scrubby stuff out of.
Oh, cool.
I've made a washcloth out of it, and I'm not quite sure what happened. I think it might just need to be like cast off. I gotta look in my whips pile. Now I'm like, where did that go? Mysterious whip disappearance.
I hate it when that happens.
Yeah.
Where did I put that?
And why was I making that in the first place? I think I got the yarn for free, yeah. One of the cast-offs of a lady, so. I just realized I'm not doing the right stitch. Do. Okay. But this is pretty much all I've been working on, and organic chemistry. That's it. Like, they have like a supplemental instruction, and if I go to each one of those, I'm literally at school 5 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I care enough. So maybe just 4 days.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
So,
but it's super helpful. It's been super helpful.
Yeah. I bet it would be.
So it's hard to like not go, because then I'm like, but every time I go, I practice and I learn like I'm supposed to. But it's a lot of like going back and forth on the bus, because it's like either a 20-minute walk on a bus or 2 buses, just for an hour study session.
Yeah.
So it's really hard. Yeah. I've been going. I've gone so far, so we'll see.
That's good.
Yeah, at least I don't feel like I'm horribly behind, so that's my goal.
Stay on top, that's good.
Pretty much. Yeah, so it's really just been, all my spare time has been studying or trying to stay, like, on top of housework. So. And then an occasional line of knitting when I'm like, oh no, I'm going to have a podcast, and it looks exactly the same as it did last week. Quick, take a break. Which is actually good, because I'm not very good at remembering to take breaks for some reason. Sometimes I just will stare at the same page for like an hour instead of taking a break. I'm like, I gotta get my brain in gear sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Brain, what you doing? Why you do this?
Why are you doing this thing?
Yeah.
Well, I really want to cast on all of the things in this book. And I already have 3 sweaters on the needle, so casting on another sweater is not a good idea. So I have consoled myself by buying yarn for the hat, and I'm going to make the hat.
There you go.
So it's called like Clariday.
Yeah, that one.
That one. There it is, all in its cabley goodness.
Oh, I love it.
It looks like twining tree.
Yes.
Yes. Let's see if I can get it in there.
Oh, that's so pretty.
Yes. And then, so I went to the yarn store today. I'm happy I have a yarn store. They're just not my faves. But they had this really pretty green.
Ooh. So pretty.
So pretty.
I know.
It's called Grasshopper?
Oh.
Yeah, Grasshopper. So this is Madeline Tosh vintage yarn. Let's see if I go that way. There we go.
Vintage?
I've heard really good things about Madeline Tosh. I've never knit with it. What?
Did you say vintage?
Yes. It's called Tosh Vintage.
Okay. It looks really pretty. In Mad Tosh, I think I've used Mad Tosh once. It was really nice.
And I had to get two. There it is in the cake.
Cool.
So, I'm excited to knit that. It'll be nice to also do cables, which I haven't done in a while. I love cabling.
Yeah, I do too.
I don't know why all my projects don't have cables. I should just do cables.
They're cables. Hot.
They're hot.
That's why. I mean, they're hot. They're meant to keep pockets of air, you know, against you. So in SoCal, maybe not so much.
There's a pair of socks that I made. Yes, it's called Sam by Cookie A. And they are, it's a sock pattern with cables that, it's an all-around cable, so the cables travel like all the way around the foot, so it's not just it's just vertical cables. It's a really great pattern. They are my favorite socks because the cabling is just on the cuff. So like you knit this really intense cuff part and then the foot is like easy breezy.
Yeah.
There's no cabling on the foot. But I love wearing them because those cuffs stay up because the structures of the cables keep the sock up.
Right.
So whenever it gets cold and I start wearing the wool socks again, they're the ones I grab. I grab those first. I wear them all the time.
Yeah.
But you're right, they are warmer. So, you know, take that into account.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited about the yarn. It's really pretty. I've never used it before. See how it goes. The pattern is written for Shelter, Brooklyn Tweed Shelter, and Shelter is has a totally different feel than Madeline Tosh. So I'm gonna swatch and see if I like it. I think it'll be fine, but I just, the pattern was written for a different yarn, so it might behave a little differently. I have one more thing to share.
Go for it.
It's fiber related.
Okay.
And I have to go get it. Because it's over there and I forgot to get it. And I knew I was forgetting something, but I'm real tired, as I think the theme of our podcast is today.
Yeah. The start of school is always hell on both of us, so thanks for bearing with us.
But year 5 it's going pretty good. Going pretty good.
Yeah.
So my friend wanted to have a natural dyeing day, and I've been saving onion skins to naturally dye fiber for 5 years. I've just been sticking the onion skins in a bag until I had enough. And then she had this dyeing day, and I had nothing to dye because I had no spare yarn lying around that's not already colored.
Yeah.
So I went to the yarn store and I bought 2 skeins. The first one I bought was Classical Yarns Adelaide, and this was a really pale color. I think it might have been natural, so it wasn't dyed, or it might have been slightly dyed already, the yarn, because it wasn't totally white, but so it wasn't bleached, but I'm not entirely sure. And then I also got a cotton. So this is a Classic Elite Yarn Seedling. And this cotton was bright white, so it was probably bleached.
Right.
And so the Classic Elite Yarn Adelaide I dyed with the onion skins. So here it is. And it came out so pretty.
That's beautiful.
We dyed it with onion skins and alum. And it just came out so pretty. And it's especially for this time of year.
Oh, yeah. There's your pumpkin spice.
Yeah, right? It's totally pumpkin spicy. And I just love it.
It's beautiful.
So I'm super excited with how it turned out. I have zero ideas what I'm going to make with it. I have no clue.
Yeah.
But when I show you the next one, I'll tell you a couple ideas that have popped into my head. So then the seedling, okay, so this friend I have, she did like all the hard work, right? So she bought indigo and like fermented a vat for a week and like kept it warm with like a heating pad and a lamp and all this stuff. And all I did was come in and dip.
Perfect.
So this was the, no, not that one. Seedling. This is the seedling.
Okay.
So this used to be white. And indigo is just so cool. It's just crazy cool. So here's the whole skein. And it's all like, because it got quite twisted around in the vat. So so I dipped it. Like this is the part that got dipped the first time. And then the second time I dipped it, I went to here. And then the third time I went to there. And the last time I went, there. So it's like this gradient.
Yeah.
What else to say about indigo? Indigo stinks. When you pull it out, it's green. And then it oxidizes with the air and turns blue.
That's crazy.
Crazy. It's so crazy. So indigo is really, really fun. I was really sad that I didn't bring like anything white in my house to put in the vat because indigo is just so pretty.
Yeah. All of the resist dyeing that they do with indigo is always so beautiful.
Yes. All that stuff. It's just really, really pretty. So I had a lot of fun doing some natural dyeing, and it was nice to hang out with some great ladies, and I met a couple new people. But look at these together.
Oh, yeah.
Right? They're so cool together. So, I mean, I don't know what I'm going to make with a cotton and a wool. No idea. So, but I think it'd be a lot of fun to do a project with these two together because they were on the same day.
Yeah.
I did learn.
How about a striped hat and scarf combo?
Yeah.
Although it would look like a sort of a sports team thing, though.
It might. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only thing I'd be worried about. Yeah.
But I do think.
Sweater! I'm just kidding.
I'll make another sweater. It'll be the most scantily clad sweater ever.
Right? So many holes.
I learned a lot going to the dye day.
Cool.
I didn't actually do it 100% correct. So these are not as deep as they would be otherwise because I did not soak them for an hour. You're supposed to soak them in water for an hour before you dye them. Huh. And I did not do that because I didn't know. I just kind of got them wet and then stuck them in the dye pot. I don't know.
Yeah.
And, I mean, they look fine, but...
Yeah.
Apparently you're supposed to soak them first. So I didn't know that. Also, this one, my friend who was doing the dyeing, she put alum into the vat, which a mordant is something that you add to the vat, which will help the color stick.
Right. And changes the color of it too.
But it also changes the color. Which I don't think my friend, like, we're all new. We're all figuring it out. Like, onion skins will dye it yellow if you don't put the alum in.
Depending on what you use as a mordant, because you can actually even get a green out of onion skins.
Yes.
And that's something I wanted to do once. I was like, oh, I love that green. Let's do that someday.
Yeah, so the yellow is what you get with no mordant.
Okay.
Which would have been fun, and I think I would do next time just to see what color onion makes without a mordant.
Yeah.
Then I also learned about modifiers. We didn't use any modifiers that day, but then there are solutions that you can dip things into after, like, so I could dip this now into a modifier, and then it would change its color again. So it's, like, so cool. It's so much fun, just, like, playing around. I already had this book called Wild Color. And it's by Jenny Dean. It's an excellent book. It's a great place to start. In the beginning, so after the dye-a-day, I read in here and learned about everything that I did wrong. Not wrong, but I could have done differently.
Yeah.
But I think it's a lot of information, and I think if you want to dye, don't get overwhelmed by, like, do this and then do that. All you really need to do is put stuff in water and then put the yarn in with it, and don't boil it so that it felts. Like, just don't boil it, and because you don't want felted, you don't want to felt it. But other than that, like, just do it. And then read later about how you can do it different next time. I would highly suggest that, because I had so much fun, and now I'm like, oh, and then I could do this, and then I could do this.
Yeah, exactly.
But this is fun. Her book has kind of like a dye. Where's onion? Of course, I can't find onion now that I'm looking for it. There it is. So, like, for onion, she has the different shades that you'll get with onion, either with no mordant, with an alum mordant, a different kind of mordant, and other things. I don't remember what these two bottom ones are, but so the first part is, like, how to dye yarn, how to naturally dye yarn, and then the second part is, like, recipes and information. And then she also has information about growing the plants if you want to grow them. So it's a nice kind of compendium. But obviously, you know, when you write a book like this, you are really only covering plants that are either widespread or available for purchase online.
Yeah.
But what I think is neat is, you know, you can kind of take ideas from here and then apply it to your own setting. Like, you can dye with oak galls. Oak galls make a good something. I can't remember. It's not really a dye, but a mordant maybe for something. I can't remember.
They make, they used to make a black ink out of oak galls.
She talks about that. So you can get, like, a dark gray with oak galls. But the oak trees that she's talking about are not the oak trees that I have. I have a different kind of oak tree. Right. But they still make oak galls. Why not throw them in a dye pot and see what happens? You know, like,
right. Yeah.
It might be kind of fun. So I've been collecting oak galls. The other thing that I think is super fun is she has this page in here, 25 colors from one dye bath. So, and it's all because of different alums that she used. So, or excuse me, different mordants. So, let's see if I got. So this is like no mordant and one kind of mordant and a different mordant and a different mordant and a different mordant, right? And all those. And then she put it in a dye pot. She had to put them all in a dye pot.
Mm-hmm.
And then she, let's see. Then she took them out, and this is what she got when she took them out. And then she took one of each and put them in the different modifiers after. So then she got 25 different colors from technically one dye pot.
Right.
And that's just so cool.
Yeah, it is.
So she's super neato.
Well, if nothing else, it also illustrates the importance of getting the same dye lot when you're knitting.
Yes.
How easily it can change.
Mm-hmm.
Your yarn is so pretty. Squeezy, squeezy.
Squeezy, squeezy. So yeah, I had a great day. I know I'm addicted to dyeing, so now you need to use these so I can have more excuse to buy more yarn and dye more things.
Yay!
Yay!
Living the knitter's life.
Okay. You have to snip your yarn.
You got to. It's just the process.
It is part of the process.
And that's how you can determine everybody in the room who's either a crafter or not a crafter. Because the not a crafter people look at you like, why are you smelling the yarn? And all the crafter people are like, shh, don't interrupt her while she's in the process.
Let her have her yarny fumes, okay?
Yeah. You got to do the squeezy squeezy. You got to do the snorf. Yeah.
It's so woolly. Okay.
Yes! Well, I can't wait until it's not hot. Just kidding, in case it ever gets not hot here. I'll use my cotton, my 100% cotton, to wipe my sweaty brow. The only things I have left is a podcast to recommend and some cute earrings that I got. And I'm going to show you.
Yeah, I have a music thing, so you go.
Okay. My friend and I have been going walking at the mall because it's super hot out. So at least the mall has AC. And then she wants to stop at all those like cheap jewelry places.
Uh-huh.
And I finally got suckered into buying something myself. So now I have little skull earrings.
Those
Don't know if they're
pretty.
gonna focus. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I like big earrings, so that's perfect. Big, heavy metal earrings. Perfect. Love it. And I'm a sucker for skulls, so there's that.
As we can tell from last episode.
Yeah, and then let me see if I can get the podcast up on this thing here. Boop, 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 boop. I think I had her open on this one. Here we go. So I found this podcast through the lady's YouTube channel, which I watch, because she does a lot of minimalism videos and some vegan videos, some style videos, just sort of her aesthetic in general is just kind of fun to watch, you know, not necessarily anything I would ever do, but relaxing to watch. Mm-hmm. And then she's got a podcast with her husband. Let's see if it'll ever...
The Mustards.
Yep. So her name is Jenny Mustard, and she's got her own YouTube channel. But they're doing the podcast together, and they're just super cute to listen to, you know, like just this cute Swedish couple. So
what couple? Swedish? What?
Swedish.
Swedish, not Swedish. Okay.
Swedish, yes. Although they're living in Berlin at the moment. So occasionally they get stuck on a word or something, you know, and it's just super cute.
Aww.
They're a super cute couple.
Aww.
So I've been listening to that because they're, again, soothing to listen to. Just their cute little back and forth banter, you know? And then occasionally, like, I'm laughing out loud as I'm walking down the street listening to it. So I thought I'd pass it on.
Oh, fun.
So that's what I've been doing when I'm, you know, been getting on the bus somewhere or something.
You may have mentioned it, but again, I'm tired. So what is the podcast mostly about?
they'll pick a topic every week. So they'll be like, I don't know. I can't even think of any of them now. How do you gain confidence? Or what is, how did we gain confidence? Would you say you're a confident person? And then they sort of give each other questions and they go back and forth, It's almost like the relationship quizzes you do, like in a fashion magazine, where it's like, what do you think about this? Ask your boyfriend these 5 things or whatever, to develop your relationship. So it's just cute.
Oh, fun.
It's mostly just they pick a topic and talk about it. Sometimes it's about, sort of minimalism things or stuff that has to do with her branding, on YouTube. So, but just cute couple life mostly.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Thanks for the recommendation.
Yeah.
I've been trying not to watch so much Netflix. So more YouTube things, and podcasts, so that'd be good to look into.
Yeah.
I found a band that I like. I have not found a new band that I want to consume all of their music in a long time. I'll be listening to a song, it's okay. But I think as a music teacher, I often get musicked out, and I just don't listen to much when I get home because I'm musicked out. But this band, it's like, oh my God! I just listened to the album 5 times in a row.
Oh wow!
And then the next week, Terry was like,
yeah, when you got the love for the music within you.
She was over it.
That's
on YouTube, funny. There's a lesbian show called The Liz Feldman Show. Or Liz Feldman. I don't know. I'll fix it in the show notes. And she's a lesbian, and it's like a talk show, but she invites lesbians on. And there's a segment where her friend comes on and features a band that either that's somehow connected to the queer scene or is just good new music. And that's how I heard about Muna, because it was recommended on this band. So the band is called, it was recommended on the show. The band is called Muna, M-U-N-A. It's 3 queer ladies, and I can't verify if this is true or not, but on the show, they said that when Muna goes to play at a venue, they ask that all the restrooms be gender neutral so that everyone can come to their concerts and feel safe.
Yeah.
And they purposefully don't put gender things in their songs so that everyone can listen and enjoy their music.
Nice.
Yes. So I love I just love all of it.
All of the above.
All of their music. I can't get enough. So
cool.
And it's been a long time since that has happened. Oh, and what kind of genre are they? I didn't even talk about that. They're kind of electronic poppy. Somebody dark pop was I don't know, these genre names. I don't even really. I don't know.
When the band comes up with it themselves, usually it's an accurate representation, but also kind of silly.
Yes.
Yeah.
I really like them. So that's
cool.
my new music thing.
I'll check them out. Music is good. Yeah, I have actually been, stop me if I told you, but I've been trying to, I've cut the caffeine out. I haven't had any in 2 weeks now.
No, you didn't tell me.
Yeah. My ultimate plan is not to stop caffeine completely, but to, for now, I just wanted to, detox off of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've been allowing myself decaffeinated things, which have a little caffeine, but that's it. Like, the rest has been, like, I've been chugging so much water. So, and in general, I feel better, you know? So it's been nice. And I also have been reducing the amount of dairy I have. Not cutting it out completely, but just trying to reduce it where I can. Like, today I got soy at the coffee shop, you know?
Yeah.
And it's funny because, like, my one of the baristas, he's like, "Is this your order?" And he's, like, showing it to me, and he's like, "Decaf soy latte. What happened to you?" kind of thing. Like, I'm mixing it up.
I'm okay.
Sorry.
Really?
Yeah, it's like, this is why I try to get you guys to not try to memorize my order, because it changes. Sorry, guy. Yeah. It was just, like, completely incredulous. I was like...
That's really funny.
I know. He didn't believe it was me. The ticket machine was on the fritz. Yeah.
Oh. So, for, like, the first time, I have 2 packages for my birthday. One from Mom and one from Dad.
Oh, cool.
How cute is that? I think because I was talking to Dad the other day and I mentioned, like, I think, because remember on the podcast I was wearing the mohair pink shawl? And I mentioned how it's really fun to send Dad to a yarn store because then he buys me things and it's not take. And so that had jogged my memory. So then when I was talking to him, I was like, I love, like, when you just go to a yarn store and buy something. Like, you can just, you know, because he never knows what to get me. And then he always was like, I don't know what to get you, you know.
Yeah.
Like, it's okay. I love you, Dad. You don't have to, like, worry about it.
Yeah.
But he's like, I don't know if you're going to like it or not, but I bought it for you.
Yeah.
So, and I sent Mom, like, a birthday list because she always asks.
Right.
And so I just did a bunch of Etsy shops.
Good call.
You know, and one of them was a spindle shop.
Oh,
and
nice.
So I'm pretty sure that she bought me a spindle.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So, but I haven't opened them because it's not my birthday yet. And Mom was like, don't open it till your birthday. And I'm like, but it is here.
I know, that's so hard.
I'm all by myself. No one will know.
Yeah, but then you got to keep quiet about the awesome present you got, and that's the hard part.
And Terry hid the birthday card for me. I found it in my bookshelf right there.
Sneaky, sneaky.
And then so she went to the market before she left.
Uh-huh.
And then I made dinner and I went down to get, like, seaweed or something. Anyway, and so I go down to that part of the cupboard and I'm like, there's chocolate covered cherries here in with the seaweed. And she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. So she had bought chocolate covered cherries and hid them in the house. She didn't think I was going to find it until, you know, later probably, but.
That's pretty cute.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
I found them. I'm going to have them for dinner tonight because I'm an adult.
I love it. It's so funny.
Probably not. I'm not going to do that.
You could definitely have them for dessert dinner.
Yeah.
And then have real food.
Yeah. She bought a giant bag of frozen bean and cheese burritos because she knows me.
Yeah. So sweet.
It's what I had for dinner yesterday, and it's what I'm going to have for dinner tonight.
Amen. Yeah, it's been really weird, like, because ultimately I'm trying to eat vegan, like, without worrying about it, you know? Like, if I have the milk, it's okay, that kind of thing, you know?
Yes.
I'm not gonna beat myself up about it. But it's amazing, like, even how little food is vegan, like, available. Like, just at the, like, I go somewhere, there's no option.
Yeah.
Like, that's one of the reasons why I was like, I don't think I'm ever going to be completely vegan, because I don't drive. Like, you know, I'm reliant on where the people take me, and if I am completely vegan, I have nothing to eat. So I'll do my best. So I'll do my best vegan now.
I'm curious what prompted you to want to do this. Is it for health, or it's better for the environment, or both, or?
Just because I started having stomach issues again, like I did in Scotland.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, well, let me cut a lot of stuff out and reduce stuff, and then just see how my body feels. Because I've never really tried to eat vegan before.
Mm-hmm.
And in general, I'm feeling pretty good. Like, nuts and rice and beans and lots of water, and my body's pretty happy. Fruits and veg. I've been eating a ton of veg, too. Like, I got some snap peas that I ate up, and I got some carrots. It's been pretty good.
Oh, good. I'm happy to hear that. You know, like Terry's family, they're always, like, looking at the menu like, can you get this and this one? And you can have mushrooms for dinner. Yes? It's okay?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yes, mushrooms for dinner is fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah.
We'll see how that turns out.
Yeah, but I love you.
I love you too.
I think it's a great idea.
So that's all for me. Do you got anything else?
That's it for me.
Okay. Well, thanks for joining us as we make another tired podcast.
Yeah, so thanks for watching and stopping by this week. And if you're new, welcome. I forgot to say that at the beginning. I also forgot to say that this is episode 53. One of these weeks, I'll get it all at the front.
Right.
Maybe not.
Probably not.
Probably not. Okay.
Why not? Bye. Yeah, my data is gone.
Yeah.
As you can tell.
Yeah, you are super pixelated now.
Yeah, you did the same thing. It was like so crisp, and then
yeah,
flesh square.